How did the Dick Act of 1903 change the National Guard? Imagine a force that bridges the gap between civilian life and national defense, a force that has evolved over more than a century to serve both state and federal interests. The transformation of the National Guard through legislation is a fascinating story of legal and organizational development. Today, we explore how a specific law enacted in the early 20th century reshaped this vital component of American military structure. The Act, officially known as the Act to Provide for the National Guard of the United States, was signed into law on June 3, 1903. It is commonly called the Dick Act, named after Congressman Charles Dick of Missouri, who championed its passage. Prior to this legislation, the National Guard units operated largely independently, with inconsistent training standards and unclear authority. The law aimed to standardize and professionalize the militia forces across the states. One of the most significant changes introduced by the Dick Act was the formal recognition of the National Guard as the primary organized militia of the United States. It established a clear legal framework that distinguished the National Guard from other state militias, positioning it as a reserve force that could be called into federal service when needed. This move created a dual state and federal role for the Guard, allowing it to serve both at the discretion of state governors and under federal command. The legislation also mandated regular training and drills for National Guard units, aligning their standards with those of the regular Army. It provided federal funding and resources to support this training, which was a major step toward creating a more disciplined and capable force. The law also set up a system for appointing officers and establishing a chain of command that integrated the Guard into the broader military structure. Furthermore, the Act clarified the authority of state governors to organize and maintain their National Guard units while also defining the circumstances under which the federal government could mobilize these forces. This dual authority helped streamline responses to emergencies, whether at the state or national level. In essence, the Dick Act of 1903 transformed the National Guard from loosely organized state militias into a more unified, professional, and federally recognized reserve force. It laid the groundwork for the modern National Guard system, ensuring that these forces could be effectively mobilized for national defense, disaster response, and other critical missions. This legislation marked a pivotal moment in the evolution of American military readiness, balancing state sovereignty with national security needs.